Who are you? Imagine that at the start of your life you could choose everything about you. Like a video game, you can choose your style, your height, your taste, your talents. You get to choose the cards in your hands for the game called life. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But you don't get to choose. No one can choose who they are in this world. This is Chris. They don't know it yet, but they will be the first hero of our journey to fulfill the legend of Deltarune. Chris is a teenager living alone with her mom Toriel, a teacher in the school's hometown. Chris is a mystery, even among his peers. They are a quiet kid, their long hair covering their eyes, further hiding what they truly think. They have quite the personality, much to their mom's displeasure, and they are quite the talented pianist. Chris also has weird dreams, but they don't have time to think about it. They are already late for school. Once in class, they are faced with their greatest challenge, and everyone's worst nightmare: group projects. An egg? Chris got rejected for an egg. Poor kid. Fortunately, another classmate came late for school, and thus Chris found a partner, Susie, the kindest of souls. Chris is reminded of this undeniable fact. Their choices don't matter. By the way, Susie is our second protagonist, as they were tasked to retrieve chalk that mysteriously disappeared. The two young folks are walking toward a closet. As they open it, darkness surrounds them. First doubtful, they eventually decide to go in. Slowly looking for a switch, they walk, looking for the wall, but the darkness seems to stretch endlessly in the closet. They ultimately decided to retrace their step, but as they reach the door, they are locked together. Fortunately, Chris knew what to do. Indeed, they are quite knowledgeable in hentai to know where this is going. Oh, Chris wasn't expecting that. Chris stands up. The environment around them feels different. A gloomy shine lights the world. Their clothes changed and now resembles a light armor. They can't help but feel uneasy, as if someone is watching. After a while, Chris manages to catch up to that evasive figure. They walk slowly toward its hiding spots, and reunited with their classmate, they keep walking forward together. Not really together, but without time to catch a break, the two heroes are ambushed by a shadow and a rain of sharp spades. Once they manage to flee the aggressor, they found themselves standing before an empty town, with a forsaken castle in its center. There, a lonely voice called them. They encounter our third protagonist, the Dark Prince of this realm, Ralsei. The prince happily told them that destiny brought them here together, and as he was ready to tell them about the legend that started it all, Chris hates world building. This is Lancer, the bad guy. Or at least, that's what he is calling himself. He is attacking our heroes because he wants to stop them from destroying the dark fountain? Which is not the same as a regular water fountain, and supposedly a bad thing. Chris wasn't really paying attention. So anyway, with everyone confused and nothing else to do, they fight. The fight turns short as Lance's bike runs out of gas, and Ralsei finally reveals his... Oh my god! What a cute little fluff ball! I want to hug that fluffy fella so... Oh my god! Our fluffy boy explained that they have to head east in order to leave the dark world. Susie, as a proactive entrepreneur, decides to go first to open the path. Meanwhile, the two others try to catch up to her. Wait. My goodness. Through sheer determination and the rare ability of reading comprehension, our two heroes manage to counter the vile schemes of their silly nemesis. They manage to reunite with Susie, unable to defeat an unexpected foe. And she finally decides... Aw, what a cute little mean girl. They encounter a shopkeeper that tries to teach us some world building? We said no, never! Susie then teaches Lancer how to become a good bad guy, and after a bit of discussion, the party decide to name themselves the Fun Gang. After many more encounters and trying to avoid those white spaces, they clarify to Susie that violence may not be the best solution, especially for a hero, to which he answers by joining Lancer and creating the Dark Fun Gang. Ooh, that's evil. The Dark Fun Gang then prepares their evil schemes together, like making evil matching jackets, having an evil snack, selling evil cookies to buy, not evil donuts, and having an evil break. Chris started to wonder if they actually wanted to join the Dark Fun Gang. After all that dark evilness, and some good words from our fluffy boy, what too good for this word, Ralsei? Susie comes back to the party, and Lancer also decides to join the not evil Fun Gang and follow the... and follow at a distance the team. As Lancer's castle and the Dark Fountain are finally in sight, Chris and Susie can finally see how close they are to coming back home. So close, in fact, that anyone that would try to stop them would have to face Susie's wrath. Lancer, clearly puzzled by his friend's words, runs away. The party tries to catch up to him, but they are attacked at the entrance of the castle and are locked in its prison. While Chris adapts to their new lifestyle, Susie takes matter in her own hands and looks for a way to free her. Friends? Partners? Essential acquaintances to leave this place? Susie doesn't know anymore what their relationship is. However, she doesn't get the chance to think this through any deeper as she encounters Lancer and realizes the truth. He is the one that locked them up. Betrayed by the first person with whom she created a bond. Betrayed by the first person that could have become her friend. Her anger takes over. Blinded by wrath, she attacks Lancer relentlessly, but it is clear that the kid's will to fight crumbles. And as Susie deals the final blow, her feelings lead her acts. The postpaid boy finally explains that he fears that both his friends and his father would get hurt in the upcoming confrontation. Susie then promises her friend that they would talk first and not try to hurt him. With a newly found resolve, Susie saves Chris and Ralsei and finally accepts to talk things through. As they are exploring the castle, and Susie discovers that she has to improve her flirting skills, they are faced with their greatest challenger so far, a man of many talents, quick-witted, handsome, powerful. Chris starts to believe he is surrounded by idiots. But during their time exploring the castle, Chris and his friends discover an unknown level of the prison. As they go down the stairs, an ominous music reminds Chris of a circus. Down there, a sole prisoner remains.
I am innocent. I just wanted to play a game. But the Brewing Kings found such fun to be a trouble. As a punishment, they crave to imprison my body. And I'm fast, clever. I lost the chase and locked the entire race. Now, I'm the only free one. I grow lonely in my little freedom. So shall you play a game with me? Chris, do you want to believe? Look, they all float, Chris. We all float down here, and you'll float too.
Chris really wanted that balloon.
Chaos. I can do anything. Bye. The true and real chaos.
But Chris was strict, as there were no balloons. But now was the time to finally leave this place. Our three heroes reach the top of the castle, where the dark fountain ominously shines. From afar, they see Lancer and a tall man standing proudly. Despite his best effort, the king already made up his mind. The fight begins. The three warriors try to talk this through, but words are meaningless. The king yearns for their blood. Chris and his friends fight back, but can't find themselves dealing a decisive blow. The king himself seems tired. Kneeling from exhaustion, he hopes that a discussion is still possible. He hopes that they can still be friends. The Kandral sigh heals the king's wound. That motherfucker! How dare you hurt a little fluffy boy? The group is wounded from that mischievous surprise attack, but Susie steps in and protects Chris, calling them there. A friend? Our girl grew so much. An ominous rumbling is heard from behind Chris, and all of a sudden, the guards attack their own king, with Lancer as their leader. That's right! Show him some French art de vivre.
Vive la Révolution!
As the king is taken to jail, it is time for the two Lightners and their dark friends to part ways. But before leaving, Chris can't help but turn around and say goodbye to all of their newfound friends. Now, it is time for Susie and Chris to leave. They approach the fountain carefully. It's vibrant and yet dark light surrounding them. Chris, filled with determination, gets closer to the fountain. They are back, not in the closet where they went through, but in the empty classroom of their school. Class is already over. Susie and Chris start to walk outside the school, still wondering if all of this was real. My girl. Chris walks home. The world is so much more colorful. He wanders between the houses and the trees, tinted with autumnal foliage. He talks to the people around, old friends and new ones. They go to see their father, the warmth of their father's arms. Yes, Chris is back. They finally arrive at their house. The smell of their mom's butterscotch pie filled the air. The old TV that remained silent for so long was covered by a thin layer of dust. The memories kept flowing in. The video games he played with his brother as real. The birthdays, the dinners, the laugh, the tears. Everything was the same as he remembered. After spending some time talking with their mom, they decide to go to sleep. Chris' body is aching. They quickly fall into a deep slumber, dreaming of the day that has passed and believing that maybe their choices did matter a little. Marvelous!